Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Slow English podcast. My name is Joe, and I'm really happy that you're here with me today. Before we start, take a deep breath and relax. This podcast is designed to help you improve your English in a calm and comfortable way. You don't need to rush. You don't need to feel stressed. Just listen carefully, follow my voice, and take your time. Listen slowly, think about the meaning. And if you want, repeat after me. Today, I want to introduce myself to you so that you can get to know me better. At the same time, you will learn useful English phrases that people use when they talk about themselves. Let's start with something simple. My name is Joe. My full name is Joe Anderson. In English, we usually have a first name and a last name. My first name is Joe. My last name is Anderson. Let me say that again slowly. My first name is Joe. My last name is Anderson. What about you? What is your first name? What is your last name? You can pause the video and say your answer out loud. Speaking out loud is very important when you want to improve your English. Now let me tell you a little about my age. I am 21 years old right now, but very soon I will be 22 years old. My birthday is next week. My birthday is November 22nd. So that means that on November 22nd, I will turn 22 years old. Let me repeat that again clearly. My birthday is November 22nd. On November 22nd, I will turn 22 years old. In the United States, there is a fun expression called a golden birthday. A golden birthday happens when the age you turn is the same number as the day you were born. For example, if someone was born on January 4th, their golden birthday would be when they turn 4 years old. If someone was born on March 18th, their golden birthday would be when they turn 18 years old. It is just a fun idea that many people like to celebrate. So, in my case, because I was born on November 22nd, my golden birthday is when I turn 22 years old. And that is exactly what will happen this year. So this year is my golden birthday. I think that's pretty special. Now I have a question for you. When is your golden birthday? Did it already happen in the past, or is it still in the future? Think about your birthday, think about the day you were born, and think about the age that matches that day. If you want, you can write your answer in the comments or say it out loud. Now let's talk about where I'm from. I am from the United States. More specifically, I am from a state called Nebraska. Nebraska is located in the central part of the United States. It has wide open spaces, farms, and friendly communities. I was born in Nebraska, and I also grew up in Nebraska. When we say, I grew up somewhere, it means that we spent our childhood there. So I was born in Nebraska, and I grew up there too. Now let me tell you something about my family. My mom is from the United States. My dad is from Mexico. Because my parents come from two different countries, I have two cultural backgrounds. Sometimes people say that I look a little mixed, like a blend of cultures. And I actually think that is a beautiful thing. It means I can appreciate traditions, food, and languages from different parts of the world. But when I was 8 years old, something big happened in my life. My dad had to move back to Mexico, so my whole family decided to move to Mexico together. That was a very big change for me. Everything was different. The language was different. The culture was different. The food was different. The schools were different. At first, it felt strange and unfamiliar. But over time, I started to love living there. Mexico has beautiful landscapes, delicious food, and most importantly, wonderful people. I also have a very loving family there. And experiences like that teach you something important. When life changes, you can still grow and learn from those changes. Now, let me ask you a question. Where are you from? What country were you born in? And where did you grow up? Sometimes people are born in one place but grow up somewhere else. Maybe you moved to another city. Maybe you moved to another country. If you want, you can pause the video and answer. Now let's talk about school. When I lived in Mexico, I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school there. Elementary school is where young children begin their education. Middle school is the next level. And high school is usually the final stage before university. After I finished high school, I didn't go to university right away. Instead, I started working. Why? Because I wanted to earn money, gain experience, and learn more about the real world. One of my first jobs was working as an English teacher online. Yes, I taught English to students from many different countries. It was a very interesting experience. I met people from all over the world. I spoke with students who had different cultures, languages, and goals. Some students wanted to learn English for work. Some wanted to travel. Some wanted to study abroad. And my job was to help them improve their English step by step. I worked for several online platforms. I worked for Craving English. I worked for Preplay. I worked for Open English. And I also worked for OutSchool. So you can see that I had many different teaching experiences. And honestly, I really love that job. Teaching English can be very fun. Why? Because you get to communicate with interesting people and help them reach their goals. When a student finally understands something difficult, or when they start speaking more confidently, it feels very rewarding. Now I want to teach you something important about vocabulary. In English, the word job is usually a noun. For example, what is your job? But the word work is often used as a verb. For example, where do you work? Let's practice. What is your job? Where do you work? Now think about your answer. What do you do for work? Maybe you are a student. Maybe you are an engineer. Maybe you are a teacher. Maybe you work in business, technology, medicine, or another field. Everyone has a different story. Now let me tell you about languages. I speak English and Spanish. Because my father is from Mexico, Spanish became a natural part of my life. But recently I started learning another language. I am learning Chinese. Chinese is a fascinating language. It has a different writing system, different sounds, and a rich cultural history. Learning a new language is challenging, but it is also exciting. When you learn a new language, you also learn new ways of thinking. Now I'm curious about you. What languages do you speak? Do you speak one language, 2 languages, 3 languages? And are you learning another language right now? Learning languages is like opening doors to different parts of the world. Now let me tell you about some things I enjoy doing in my free time. One of my favorite activities is walking around the city. Sometimes I just put on my headphones, play some music, and walk slowly through the streets. I like observing the small details of the city. I enjoy looking at small shops, little cafes, and local markets. Small markets are one of my favorite places. They are full of colors, smells, and interesting things to discover. You can see handmade products, fresh food, and unique items that you cannot find in big supermarkets. Walking through markets also helps you understand the culture of a place. Another thing I really love is traveling. Traveling allows you to see new countries, meet new people, and experience new cultures. Every place has its own traditions, food, and lifestyle. And every trip teaches you something new about the world. But I also love something else very much. I love learning. Learning is something that never ends. You can learn languages, you can learn skills, you can learn about history, science, culture, and people. The more you learn, the more your world becomes bigger. Now I have another question for you. What do you like to do in your free time? Do you like reading books, watching movies, playing sports, traveling, listening to music? Everyone has different hobbies, and talking about hobbies is a great way to practice English. Now let's talk about food. My favorite food is Japanese food. I especially love dishes that include fish. Japanese cuisine often uses fresh fish in many different dishes. For example, sushi, sashimi, rice bowls with fish, seafood soups. Japanese food is usually very fresh, balanced, and beautifully prepared. Food is also a wonderful way to learn about different cultures. Now think about your favorite food. What is your favorite dish? Is it traditional food from your country or food from another culture? You can say your answer out loud. Now, before we finish today's episode, I want to give you a little suggestion. When you practice English, don't rush. Take your time. Listen carefully. And if possible, try shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately after the speaker. This helps you improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. So you can go back, listen to parts of this podcast again, and repeat the sentences with me. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I always enjoy hearing from English learners around the world. And before you go, please remember to like this video so more people can discover it and practice English too. And if you want more slow English lessons like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you enjoyed practicing English with me. See you in the next episode. Bye.